Okay, so from here on back, this is where it gets interesting. Yeah. Hey guys, Brian here from 5 to Go, joined by this lovely family. This is Jeff and Jordan Lyons. They have been with us on this summer trip since the third week of March.
It's been a minute.
Somewhere
yeah.
It's been a minute.
And then you had Florida in January and February.
Yeah, before that, and then last summer all the way up in Michigan, and then we're thinking maybe a big chunk of time next year. They're basically our RV family. So
Stage 5
awesome.
clingers right here. Can't get rid of us once you got us.
That was the problem. We initiated it in the first place. So anyway, we are here to show off. We are here to show off their rig. They have a 2015 Newmar Dutch Star 4312.
Yes, sir.
Yes. All right. So this is a very unique layout because they don't make it anymore.
They don't,
Right.
which is
Only 2
really
years.
sad.
And they only made it, what, 2015 and 16?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, so you'll see why this is a very interesting layout. And Aaron and I are seriously considering getting a diesel pusher, and this layout would be perfect even for 3 kids. These two have 2 kids, but 3 would fit in here, no problem. So let's head on inside. First of all, big diesel pusher. This does have a tag axle back there. We'll talk about that more later. But this does have the nice solid steps. And then coming on up in here, this is the dog seat. The passenger
It's her
seat.
throne.
Yes. All right, so come on up in here. So what chassis is this on, first of all, since we're up here?
This is a Freightliner chassis.
Freightliner, all right. And so this driver's seat is spun around. Lots of people do use this as shoe storage, which it's good because it's out of the way, right?
It's out of the way, and it's okay if it kind of gets dirty under there during the day.
Right. So what do we have up here? I know your PlayStation is up there.
Yeah, so this is the
Like
kind
AV
of
cabinet.
AV cabinet.
And then we've got a normal flat screen TV up here, and then just controls.
Yeah,
right?
just controls. That's where all the tank sensors and
all that fun stuff. And then you have fancy controls for windows and lights, and this is a Dutch. Where does Jordan? You know this answer. Where does Dutch Star fall on the Newmar line, like the hierarchy of trim levels?
It is the highest of the diesel pusher before you get into luxury lines.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yes.
So what's below Dutch Star?
Ventana.
Okay.
And then you got like Canyon Star and like the Toy Hauler and the Bay Star and that stuff below.
Okay.
So,
Yep. So this has the nice marble floor. Well, marble. I don't know if it's marble.
Porcelain
It's
tile.
tile floors,
The
and then
heated
the flush slides. The whole slide. It goes from right there all the way back there past the dog. And then on this side, this one just goes to that mirror, right?
Yes.
yeah, it's just this mirror, and then there's only one more for the bedroom.
Gotcha.
And you'll notice a lot of Newmar's plans start like this.
The front is the same. It's just the back that
opposing
changes.
slides. It's a couch and a love seat, a dinette, and the kitchen, and then beyond that is where it changes. So,
Okay.
But for us, we took out all the furniture because it was very uncomfortable.
Okay, so
And
there
was a jackknife love seat thing there.
Yep. And then a
a
normal
sleeper
couch.
sofa, like 3-seater here.
Okay.
And then it had this funky extendable dinette.
I think I've seen that as
Yeah.
we've been looking at diesel
Yes.
buses. Yeah.
That had like a dinette cushion on one side that was a 2-seater that could go to a 3-seater, and then folding chairs on the other side. It was
okay, and that's now where Jeff's desk is.
Yes.
Right, we took that completely out, and
It was wider than that,
came
though,
out
right?
to like here.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is kind of the end of the dinette section right here.
Yeah. Oh, where that little seam is?
Yeah.
Yeah, that
Okay.
seam right there, and there's the outlet right there, and this was kind of the dinette here, and we just felt like we were willing to lose the dinette and kind of that dedicated place to eat to get me a space to work, and then also gain extra space on the couch.
Right, because we've been over here. We've had dinner with you guys over here. You just pull out tray tables and you've got stuff like that.
Like folding.
I always sit up there and eat. Yeah, so it's a nice. Oh, this is 4 cushions. Yeah, it's huge.
We can both lay this, opposite,
Right,
which is nice because the
that's-
TV's over here.
Right, TV's over there on its elevator. Just gonna hit the button. I can't remember if yours is fast or slow. Yours is in between.
not too bad.
We've seen some really slow ones. How big is that?
I don't know. It's as big as I can fit. I know that. I think it's something like 46 some odd inches in there.
Yep.
It's perfectly fine for this space.
Yeah.
And it's not. I love the televator there because during the day you can have it down.
Right.
You get the window.
Yeah.
That's a very nice thing. And then these chairs. You had to do something funky to get these chairs.
So underneath these chairs is the slide mechanism.
Yeah.
And so underneath here is just this kind of
Like 6
box,
inches.
6 inches or so off the ground, which moves with the slide.
Okay.
And so what we did was we looked for chairs, had a ton of measurements. We took the back legs off.
Because the front legs aren't on the slide.
Correct.
They said that you can see the carpet just a few inches under there.
Okay. I've never really looked under there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Why would you?
I don't know.
Well, and it's even kind of like U-shaped. It's really funky. So it's hard to find something that fit. But then this height is the exact height of the slide box.
Okay.
So then when we didn't put the back legs on, it just sits on
down.
it perfectly. And then we anchored it down.
Put like L brackets down or
Yeah, there's just some L brackets underneath
Okay.
there. Just kind of secured. So these are secured. The couch is secured. We kept all the original seat belts. None of the seat belt mechanism changed.
Okay.
And so we were able to just get underneath there and then feed the seat belts back up through this residential furniture. Because we just found these at a normal furniture store. This is not RV furniture.
Yeah. We just cut a little hole in
Just
the
kind
back.
of went back there and did some surgery on the chairs and stuff. So we still have all the remaining seat belts.
Nice.
You can sit in it anywhere here and have a seat belt while we're driving. So yeah, it's worked out really, really, really well. So we've been very happy with those.
Kitchen.
Yep.
The kitchen.
Jordan.
Yeah.
Since Jordan is the cook. In my house, I'm the cook. But Jordan, this is your domain
That's
in here.
true. Yes.
So, what do we got going on in here?
Well, we liked the kitchen in this one more than some of the newer ones because it has this extra part when a lot of them are just there. And so it gives us extra counter space and an extra cabinet and drawers. And then this pulls out like that, so you can have some extra space.
Yeah, it's nice and big.
Yes. And then we've got a big drawer here.
Yep. So this is it's
not as deep
down,
as this.
yeah, because you have the cooktop up here.
Yes.
Can we talk about why our cooktop looks like this for a second, though?
Whose fault was it, Jeff?
Here's mine.
I don't.
Is that why he wants to talk about it?
No, I just want people to know why I have tape on my electric cooktop.
Because you're fancy, Jeff.
No, that is not fancy. This is not fancy. So one of the things we'll do is sometimes the microwave is great storage sometimes.
Yes, when you're underway.
When you just went to Costco and you've got more bread than you can store, or you're underway, you know, you can put things up there and it's fine. We had a candle, a glass candle that we had put up there, and then
Special Disney one.
a special Disney candle,
Aw.
50th anniversary.
We'll just have to go back to Florida and get
I
another one.
know, it's so tough. It just fell, and it fell right on here and totally cracked that.
That's
And
rough.
then really this just we just put the tape on here just to kind of keep it from shattering anymore until we can get a replacement, kind of figure out what we want to do there, and just kill the breaker to it. So it's got no power.
Yep.
Yeah.
And that was not induction, right? That was just a glass burner
It's just
cooktop.
electric.
And that's what we're trying to figure out, if we want to spend the money to replace it with induction,
Right.
or just go back to electricity, or electrical, whatever, you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Also,
Induction's not electric.
one thing I absolutely do love about this kitchen is your dishwasher is not named Brian. Your dishwasher is just
It's
you got a
its own
dishwasher.
thing. Yes.
Yeah.
It's named Fisher
Fisher and
and
Paykel.
Paykel.
As far as we, this is the only brand of RV dishwasher I've ever seen.
Well, because
It's
they
big,
make a
though.
drawer like.
Yeah, they make
Yeah.
the drawer dishwashers, and
Yeah.
that's kind of a
Oh, yeah.
European thing.
It's nice and big.
It
Yeah.
is, and it works really well.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't have any complaints. Well, once in a blue moon, I feel like if we don't have good water pressure, sometimes it'll struggle. But
Yeah. You have one of the Ninja. That's the foodie.
oh yeah, that's
Yeah, that's the foodie,
The
the
one that
air
flips
fryer, toaster oven,
And that is kind of permanently affixed.
No,
no, it just,
No, it just stands there.
it just,
it
stands
just
there.
sits there.
When we
Yes.
travel, we actually put it down.
You
'cause
put
it's
it- okay,
less-
that's-
It rattles.
loud.
That's what I was wondering.
It'll stay up if when we're traveling.
Yeah.
It just rattles a lot, so we just put it down.
Gotcha.
Because it'll.
But it's not gonna.
When the washing machine goes, it'll kind of do that.
Uh-huh. Yep, that's the washing
It's
machine.
the
Yeah.
washing
Yep.
machine.
All right, and some stuff you guys gave us some museum putty a while ago.
Oh,
Yes.
You do have stuff fixed.
Yeah,
down,
like-
right?
That's really the only thing museum puttied.
This is
Oh,
the only
is it?
thing right
Okay.
here. Most of
The
the
bread
stuff
box
isn't.
is heavy enough.
just doesn't move.
Yeah, the KitchenAid's not going to go anywhere. This maybe I think
That's
is
museum
putty
putty.
down.
Yeah.
Okay.
Museum putty is Travel Day's best friend as far as what you have to put out. And
All right, and you have
Put up.
that is sink as well,
That is
right?
sink,
yeah, it is.
Okay.
We just honestly we never really use it.
It's very shallow.
It's very shallow and like
Yeah. I'd rather have the counter space.
Yeah.
But if
Yeah.
we're like overflowing dirty dishes, like if we're boondocking and they're
Right.
building up,
Yeah.
we'll take it off and kind of use it as,
Right.
overflow.
Yep.
But
Yep.
for the most part, we don't use it as a sink.
Yep. And then you get normal cabinets under. Is this like a little tilt out? Yeah, we got one of those.
just
too.
a little
Yep.
thing.
All right,
One-
we had a weird sound from the AC, so we're back.
Yeah. Well, before we move on from here, this does have surround sound built into it.
Oh yeah.
So that's part of
Oh.
what that AV cabinet is pushing. Is
Oh,
this-
I never noticed the little cube.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's-
Okay.
it's
1,
got
2, 3.
5.1 surround sounds. There's one
Where's
back
the
here,
other one? Oh.
here, and then the reason why I thought about this is because the subwoofer is actually underneath the sink back there.
Where else would you put a sunroof?
Right.
Right?
Absolutely.
Let's let it get wet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, so that's actually, I did not know that when we bought it. I had no
It's been
idea.
really nice.
Oh, it's one of those things you find.
It's just kind of one of those things you're like, oh, what are all these cords for?
All right, so we were talking the other day about how everybody does pantries and dishes and all that, and this is one of those rigs where it has a pantry, but you can't really fit food in there. So what did you guys end up doing?
So this is the pantry.
Oh, we're over here by the desk.
Yes. So we
Fridge.
switch sides.
Pantry.
So this is the pantry, which is, wide enough for your cans,
a
or
mug, yeah.
like you put one box of cereal and you're like half your thing's done.
Right.
So we use it instead for our dishes. So the cups fit in here beautifully. We have all of our plates that go vertical.
Oh, wow. I've never seen
and
it.
bowls.
It's a
Nice.
magazine holder.
It
Yeah,
is, yes.
nice.
We did it in our Momentum too because our pantry was narrow this way. So you'd open the door, but then this was just up there and it worked. So
Yeah.
we're like, I will do that again. And then like more for paper plates.
Yeah, that
So
works.
it's way better, I feel like, for
Yeah.
dishes.
So then food
is over here.
over here.
And then
Oh,
also,
that thing, that is huge.
So like this,
That goes back
when you
really
don't have
far.
like all the chips.
I know, we have
this
too many
pulls
carbs.
out.
I don't want to hear it. Okay.
They all saw our pantry a couple videos
And
ago,
then
so
like
we're good.
we have all of our
Yeah.
buckets and
Yep.
stuff. So it works really well. Then we got a little bit more over there.
Yeah. Okay.
This is more like behind. We get more carbs. There's like more meal prep stuff.
Yeah,
you
you
know,
don't
that
get
kind
those
of
very
stuff.
often.
So-
Flour, sugar, all that stuff's up there. So I think it works well because there's no way all that can
No.
fit in there.
No,
And
yeah,
and then if you put your plates here, they take up this much space,
and then you
you
can't put
have
anything above them.
yeah. So it works.
I mean, it's constantly just trying to find, just little places to do stuff, out of the box places to do stuff.
Yep.
Yeah, that's
you
just
move in. It takes you 6 months to figure out where to put stuff.
Yeah, I might have cried.
Like there's
When you
not
first
enough
move
storage.
in, you're just like, oh my gosh.
Yeah. It's absolutely overwhelming. It's not just moving into like a new house.
Yeah.
It's a complete reformatting of how you organize, how you live, and sometimes it's how am I going to get this square peg in this round hole, and you're either going to get a giant hammer or you're change the hole, or there's lots of ways to do
Yep.
that.
So I literally had drawings of all the cabinets.
Oh, jeez.
I made a piece of paper and then what could go where. Nope, that can't go there. And trying to figure it out before
jeez.
we even picked it up because it was just like we're selling our house and I needed to know what stuff to bring and what not to bring. So we had to know what we could fit, and even then we couldn't fit the things we thought we could fit. So
It's working out.
it works.
Yeah.
Yep.
It works.
And all the storage over there is nice.
Yeah. So just these little flip-up cabinets.
Yeah,
So
this is essentially
anything-
all office storage, and that's all homeschool storage. It's just storage.
Yep. So is there anything interesting going on with the desk? I know it's a one of those electric rising desks.
It is, because that's what I already had at the house.
Oh, so that you just used what you had.
I just used what I had. This is I had already had this cut. It happened to work out perfect, and I mean exact. And so they are exact. There is no.
Oh, geez.
Yeah. Yep.
Wow. Because it is flush up against that.
Yep.
Yeah.
Jeez.
But you don't really raise it here because there's
I
not
can't raise
really
it
a lot.
here because it's
Yeah.
going to hit a bunch of stuff, and it's just not really that. I'd like to. I'd love to be able to work like that, but
Yeah.
I already hit my head enough in this thing. I don't need to be doing it while I'm working as well. So
for reference, you are taller than me. How tall are you?
I'm 6'3" barefoot.
Oh, so a little bit.
Yeah.
bit taller.
Yeah. You'll see back here. I'll hit my head on the bathroom door.
Nice. I'm looking forward
with
to it.
shoes on. If you're barefoot, you just
I just
Scoot
barely
through.
clear it. Yeah, I can tell when I need a haircut because
Oh, you can feel the
it
roof, yeah.
graze across my head.
we don't
Nice.
usually wear shoes inside, and
Right.
so when we're like getting ready to go and he's got his shoes on, he will hit his head if he's
Oh.
got to go to the bathroom again because you're just not used to ducking.
Especially if I'm wearing a hat, because
Right.
then I won't even see it.
Speaking of bathrooms,
Yep.
there's a half bath
Yep.
Half bath right here.
with one of the weird. These are weird
I don't-
doors.
What are these called? It's not,
I'm sure there's some German name for them or something.
yeah.
But
But
it's really because when all the slides are closed,
Yeah.
Yes.
you have to do that to be able to open that door.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it kind of tucks in on itself.
Yes,
And then you have macerator toilets, right?
I do.
So you do what you need to, and you hit a button, and it takes.
Yeah,
care
there's
of it.
no foot pedal on our
Yeah.
toilets. It's just a flush, or you can add more water if you need to, and then
Yeah.
it handles all of that maceration here at the toilet. And so our dump, our black tank dump, it's just like a normal black tank dump. but it's a more consistent experience because it's already been processed
like
at
we
the
were,
toilet.
Like we were joking about the other day, it's basically a garbage disposal.
Absolutely.
For a toilet. It just homogenizes everything.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So
there's no, like you said, there's no foot flush. It's button operated.
Right.
And then they have a nice little sink here. It is a little snug in here.
It
but
is snug.
it
But
is
once you're
nice
in
having
there,
that half bath.
It's not bad.
It's a half bath, and because there's also a lot of electrical components right here, all
Yeah.
the breakers are right here. This is where I put all the Wi-Fi, and I'm still working on getting that all,
Yeah.
And there's a cabinet in the corner that houses
Above the
all of
sink.
our
No, to your right. Go to
Oh.
the right in the corner.
Oh,
Yes,
what?
up in there. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't even know that was
So
there.
all the dog
Okay.
stuff, all the cleaning stuff, overflow, paper towels go in there, which is.
And that's another thing we loved about this particular floor
Speaking
plan.
of dogs, she snuck right past us.
She's very sneaky.
We'll meet her in a minute. I
Yeah.
love her.
There's storage everywhere they could put storage. There's
They
cabinets
did good.
everywhere they could put cabinets. So we really appreciated that. The advantage to a macerator toilet, we were having this conversation the other day, is our tank sensors work.
Right.
Not just our gray tank sensor, but our black tank sensor works. I can tell how full it is just off the sensor, which is super, super rare. Most black tank sensors last about a day and a half, and then they're just done. And we think that's because we have macerator toilets, because it's essentially just a pure liquid going in there. It's not going to get all the kind of impacted debris on a tank sensor that you normally have.
Oh,
Right.
trash can location.
Yes.
It's important.
Always gotta have. Yep. That was
that
on
was
my
kinda-
on my floor plan diagram. Was like, I know where the trash can.
We knew where the trash can was going to go. We kept this trash can from the house.
Nice.
Because that could be a struggle.
100%.
Like, and we
Absolutely,
generate
yeah.
way too much trash for the under the sink.
Yeah, I can't stand it under the sink trash can. So having a big one that's out and easily accessible everywhere is a functional big deal.
Yeah, because if it takes you 5 steps of like putting things out of the way, opening cabinets, and reaching in or whatever to throw something away,
Or
it
if
gets
you got
old real fast.
Icky hands.
Right,
Or,
right.
whatever.
Yep.
So.
All right,
So we've got the pocket door here.
Yes.
But it's nice and solid and heavy. So.
And there's a little teeny gap up there, right when it closes.
There is a gap.
Just a little one.
I added some kind of weather sealant kind of stuff here.
Oh, okay. Just kind of softens it a little.
Just to kind of soften it a little bit. It kind of takes that one, just close it up just a little bit more.
Yeah.
All right, so this is our master bedroom. We have a queen size bed.
Yep.
I like the queen because it's residential size, so we can swap the mattress and bedding very easily.
So it's a proper 60 by 80.
It is a
Awesome.
exact. Yep.
Behind, you have a, you put like a little bench.
We have a bench here for.
Does that have storage?
Yep.
It does.
Okay.
Storage there, and then Harrison shoes are all in there.
Gotcha.
And then it's nice we can pull it out to sit and put shoes on or whatever. And, it's just
And is there
more-
storage under the bed? Yep. Nice. Yep. Oh,
Yep.
I need to install struts on ours because
Oh,
actually ours has struts.
yeah.
Does yours stay open?
Yeah.
Kind of.
Sometimes you have to it comes down a little bit, so you
Yeah.
just gotta give it a minute and make sure.
And that's where swapping your mattress is something you kind of don't think about, is how much does a mattress weigh.
That's why ours doesn't stay open
Yeah.
anymore.
We had to replace them and do a piano hinge in our other RV because
Yep,
it wasn't ready for that. So, and then when we travel, since the bed comes in all the way under here,
Yes.
the bench nose to nose fits right there with both the doors closed.
And then you got clothes storage back here.
Yep.
And this is
all
just for you guys, right? Because of all the kids
well,
stuff that's back
all
in
our
there.
coats are here.
Coats,
So
okay.
Yeah, this is all
But-
me. This is all Jordan. And
It's
then
killing me.
there's-
You guys have swapped because all of my stuff is on this side of the bed, the side that I'm standing on. Like
Uh-huh.
I'm on this side, but my closet's on that side. I don't know why. And then, so you guys
yeah,
just flip
I
flop.
don't know.
Well, we were originally like you were, and I was on this side of the
Oh,
bed.
yeah.
And then she made me switch after 10 years of marriage, sides of the bed.
What?
So
I
was-
can't do.
Moving
Jordan!
on.
Yeah, she made
cabinet.
me switch. It's horrible. Yeah, this is another electronics little station in here. It's just got a bunch of plugs. It goes this TV. We really treat it as a charging bay.
Yeah.
So we can just kind of bring stuff back here and charge a bunch of stuff.
And the switch is connected so the kids can
Yeah,
play.
the kids play the switch back here, that kind of stuff. So
Is that, do all of those tip down?
No,
on the
the
top
others
right?
are
No,
proper
these are all
doors.
just proper
Just that,
doors.
that's
Yeah.
interesting.
yeah.
Huh.
So if you don't know, it's a little bit of a.
Oh god, it fell. Yeah.
But I mean, for the most part, we fit all the stuff we need to fit in here. So
Yeah. Nice. Okay, so from here on back,
this is
where it gets interesting.
Yeah.
Like you can kind of see those are the bunks back there, and that's the rear wall of the rig. So the bunks actually go this way. We're going to kind of do a little diagram in the air. So the bunk room goes in that way, and the beds go along the back of the rig, and then in this way is going to be the full bath and washer and dryer, right?
Yep.
You got it.
All right, so I'm going to go solo into the bunk room because It's not super large for adults.
It's great for kids.
It's awesome for kids.
Yeah.
So there is a little bit of cabinetry here. Is this just storage here?
It's just that's the kids' clothes.
Kids' clothes. Okay.
Yeah.
Yep. And then there is no slide back here.
There is a pocket door.
Right,
Oh,
but
no
the
slide.
slide.
No slide. You're correct.
The
Yes.
only slide here is the bedroom.
It's just the bed.
Right. Okay. So back here towards the bunkhouse. So this is what's really interesting to us. It is a separate room. It is. You do have to go through the master to get to it, but it's a separate room with its own door, and it has windows. And then there's 2 bunks that run this way. So that's the back wall of the RV.
The engine is right beneath you.
Yeah. So the engine. That's the access hatch for the engine down there. And so there's storage in here. There's 2 bunks, and they decorated nicely. I like it back here. Lots of storage for bins. So those IKEA bins are sideways.
Yes.
Yeah.
Or like long ways.
It's
Yeah.
deep.
It is deep. That's awesome. So very, very interesting layout. And then going this way, so you have a sink and cabinetry, and then the washer and dryer are back there, and then we've got another macerator toilet, and then squeezing around this way is a shower. Very interesting. Why don't they make this anymore? All the other floor plans, you're going to have the bunks right there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right? They're going to be the
They're gonna
hallway
be in the
bunks.
hallway.
They don't have their own space. Like back here,
They have-
that's their space.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they get to decorate. They have toy storage and book storage and whatever, and you don't get that when they're in the hallway. I mean,
And
you
when
might
they-
have a little cabinet at the foot of the bed.
Right.
Yeah, but
But
they can,
that's not
if
the
they
same
put
thing.
stuff out on the floor, that's the hallway.
Right.
Like, yeah.
And when they're asleep, there's 3 doors between them
Yeah.
and the living room with the
Yeah.
TV.
That's one thing that Aaron and I are always fighting against is
Yeah.
because luckily our kids sleep like the dead.
Yeah.
Once they're asleep, it's fine, but getting them to sleep, they basically have to fall asleep on our bed.
Yeah.
And then we move them out because we're up late.
Yeah.
So here, so you've got one door there.
and
You've
then
got another.
Pocket door
Oh,
here.
there's a pocket door. Okay. Yeah.
And it's
There.
like solid.
Yeah.
And then,
you've got
the
bedroom
double
door.
doors we saw earlier.
Yeah.
So I mean, we'll watch movies with the surround sound.
Yeah.
Right.
And I mean, sometimes a little like, turn down a little bit, but but when that's usually when it's like rattling the floor.
Yeah.
So
I mean, I know we've been over here late with drinks and not been quiet, and it's been
Right.
totally fine.
Yeah. And so that's one of the things that we loved about our Momentum, our 395, our toy hauler, is that it had 3 distinct living areas between the toy hauler garage, the living room, and then the master bedroom, the owner's suite or whatever. There's 3 distinct areas, and that's super rare to get in an A.
Yeah.
And then kind of once we found this, we were like, this is really great.
Yeah.
As far as why they don't make it anymore, the answer is because they didn't make enough money off of it. I feel like the market has changed.
Yeah.
And Newmar, bring it back, please.
bring it back
make-
as a 45
as a
foot.
45,
Oh.
12
Yeah,
would be
yeah.
Okay,
amazing.
I have heard you say that before. Where would those 2 feet be?
I would put more feet in the bunk room.
Yeah.
Like from this wall back?
Yeah.
I would love that because right now what happens is the bunks kind of butt into the washer and dryer here, and Charlotte, our 13-year-old, is gonna reach the length capacity of that bunk.
Because
Oh.
it's a 70-inch length.
So
not
you
a
want the
72.
bunks to be a little further
want them to
back.
A little further back so they can be a little bit wider,
Gotcha.
deeper.
So let me.
And
so
just
do you know
reconfigure the
how?
bathroom a little.
Do you know how long these are?
They're 70 inches.
70. So
it's-
not just shy of 6 feet.
So it's 30 by 70 when most bunks are
Okay.
72 or 73.
Yeah, I was gonna say I've laid down in bunks before, and I'm basically
Yeah.
head to foot because I'm 6 feet tall.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So-
Interesting. Okay, so that's the extra 2 feet would make a big difference.
It would make a difference. And you bump that back and you pull the washer and dryer up just a little bit and we'd be good to go.
Yeah.
Because the bathroom here, the big bathroom it's tight.
It is.
You make
It's not the
sacrifices, you make compromises. If you want bunks in the back, you're gonna have to nip and tuck somewhere else.
Yeah.
And we've nipped and tucked in the bathroom.
I'd
so
rather do that than have them in the hallway and have this huge
Absolutely.
bathroom.
Absolutely.
So
it's an easy trade off to make.
Yeah.
We're big fans of it.
You need to help us find one.
there were 2 on the market like a couple weeks
Not
ago.
yet. In a couple months.
Okay, all right.
Okay.
When you guys met up with us last summer for the Caravan 2021, this was relatively new to you.
We
wasn't
bought it in February and launched Fulltime in it in May.
Okay.
And then met up in like June.
In June, yeah.
So, yeah.
Okay, so you've had this about coming up on a year and a half.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is Millie.
Okay.
Yeah, this is Millie. This is one of my. This is my second favorite dog in the world. Millie.
Brian is Millie's second favorite human.
Yeah, whenever we make eye contact, it's all.
Oh, she's super excited when Brian comes over. She's a golden sheepadoodle. She's a golden doodle and a sheepadoodle mixed together. She's a designer mutt, is what she is.
Yeah.
She's a pandemic puppy, so she's just about to turn 2 in a couple days.
And she's a shaggy girl.
And she needs a haircut so bad.
Yes.
And so she's awesome.
She'll look totally different in a couple days.
Okay, so we are outside the Dutch Star 4312. Nothing super crazy to talk about, but just a couple things we wanted to point out. First of all, you have 2 storage bays that go all the way across, and one has a pull-out drawer, right?
Correct. Yeah. So
We got to step over the dog.
watch out. This front bay, actually, this is just a normal bay.
Okay.
But and then it's filled with absolute crap I just shoved in here. But a lot of times, Newmar actually will put like a Dometic refrigerator in here.
I've seen it's like a chest freezer thing.
Yeah, like
right?
a chest freezer, so that slides out.
Yep, I've seen that.
So you can have extra, refrigerated freezer
Yeah.
storage. This one didn't have it, so we didn't add it.
Is this the IKEA?
It is.
Okay.
This is one of the trays that can hold a magnificent amount of weight.
Good Lord.
And it goes all the way through. You can pull it open from either side, though we only ever pull it open from this side.
There is a height limit, though.
There is a height
Right,
limit.
there's something that goes
and this
through.
is a Newmar thing. So this beam right here is added by Newmar as part of their kind of structural integrity package that they do.
So that's a beam, not a tank?
Correct.
Oh, I always thought that was a tank of some sort.
No.
Okay,
That
so
is-
that just helps it be more rigid?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yes. And so every manufacturer, Tiffin, Newmar, Integra, they'll get the Freightliner chassis and then they'll do extra stuff to it
Gotcha.
to kind of prepare it for what they do to it. This is one of the things that Newmar does. Advantages, it's much stiffer, stronger, feels good driving down the road. Disadvantages, you do lose some height in your storage
Yeah,
here.
so you have tall stuff here,
tall stuff here.
kind of stacked up here because it
Right.
only goes here, and you never pull it out the other side because
Exactly.
that's where all the sewer stuff is.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I'm not over there, and the full wall slide hangs over there. It's just hard to get to it.
Right.
So we can, we don't. And then standard bay, this is where I have the Starlink runs into here, and then it goes up the vacuum hose.
So you do have a central vac, but you don't use it.
We've never we used it.
Yeah, the Dyson's just better.
The Dyson's way better.
Yep.
Carrying that hose around is a pain in the grits.
Yep.
It's just easier and better to just have the Dyson.
We stay cleaner with the Dyson.
We stay cleaner with the
We use
Dyson.
it way more.
Because it's less of a hassle,
Yeah.
right? Yeah.
And so then I was like, well, we don't ever use that vacuum, so I'm just going to run the cabling I need for Starlink.
So your cable runs.
So it runs up into here, and then this is the Ethernet adapter, and it goes out of here through the hose that's over there.
Nice.
So
Awesome. And then that just comes out in the hallway inside, right?
yep. And then
Awesome.
I just repurpose the outlet for the vacuum cleaner for Starlink.
That's the one thing I've been struggling with because I don't have a good place to go from storage bay into the rig. So my Starlink, I just use Wi-Fi from the storage bay.
Yeah. Which is a way to do it.
It
I
works.
just,
It could be better.
Yeah.
Hopefully it'll get better soon.
And then this is kind of a unique Newmar thing. Right on the other side of this is the water tank, the freshwater tank. And so this could have been dead space.
Yeah.
And so, but they kind of give you this pegboard.
At least something.
At least something. And
this
then
is a great spot for all of this stuff.
Exactly. Stuff that, I put all of our like hoses and stuff when we hook up the Jeep. All that stuff goes in here. And then, it actually rides very well. I don't really have stuff falling out very often at all.
All right, so let's talk about tag axles for a hot minute here.
Woohoo!
I don't know anything about tag axles because I only have 6 wheels.
I have more.
You do? It just means more money, right? That's all that
It means more money when you buy tires, which I have done.
Oh, Lord, a 6 was enough.
Yeah, 8's even better, man.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So what does a tag axle do? So tag axle, he's got the drive axles up there, so it has 2 wheels. They turn with the wheel. Here is basically a dually.
Yes.
So there's 2 wheels on this side, 2 wheels on the other side. Those don't turn or do anything. Those hold the bulk of the weight.
Yes.
And that's called a tag axle. And what does it do?
Well, it just helps. It's just additional weight distribution. It's going to help with stability on the road. It's going to help with. You're going to get it when you get over 40 feet. So anything under 40 feet is not going to have a tag. And when you're over 40 feet, we're 43. You're going to get the tag. It's just it's a better ride, a smoother ride, a more weight distributed ride, if that's how I want to say it.
Well, and more payload.
More payload.
Yeah.
More payload is the big deal. More towing capacity. It's just a bigger, tougher, longer truck option.
Yep. So, but you can raise that.
I can. So the trick. This is only a single wheel. This is not a dually.
Right.
So this is the dually kind of right here. This is just a single. This automatically raises when I go into reverse.
Okay.
because when you're backing up and turning, these are not gonna, they're gonna scrub a lot more.
Oh.
Just gonna wear out the tire faster. It's not the end of the world.
Mm-hmm.
I can manually raise it if I want more weight on these tires. If I'm on a soft surface, something like that, I just want to put more weight on these. I can do that automatic, or I can do that manually. I've never had an option for that or need for that, but you can.
I could see, like, when we were out boondocking at Lone Rock,
Right.
getting in and out of there is a little soft. I could see you doing it.
You just want to kind of have, like, you just,
Yeah.
you know, put that kind of stuff on when you're rolling in.
Yep.
On 2016s and newer, remember we're 2015, 2016s and newers, they're steerable tag. And so they're a passive steer. They'll go, I think, 30 degrees or so.
Wow.
They just do that on their own. And then once they get above like 15 miles an hour, they lock in straight.
Oh, so it helps you with maneuverability through campgrounds.
Correct. Yeah, absolutely. So it increases your turning radius. It's going to preserve your tires longer because they're not scrubbing even when you're turning
Just
forward.
not to be pedantic, decreases your turning radius.
Oh.
You want it tighter.
Yeah, you can turn better.
Yes. Much turn better, yes.
Much turn better is good. Yeah. I'm missing a wheel cap.
It happens to the best of us.
It happens. It happens.
All right, so while we're back here, I did see something down here.
Yep.
That is a very, very large leveling foot.
It is.
And it does not have a SnapPad on it. And this video is sponsored by SnapPads. And you have SnapPads up there because they're awesome. Why don't you have one back here?
Because they don't make them this big.
Uh-oh. I need to talk to someone.
Now, that may be because at that size, it may be a weight issue on the
Right.
spring. It may just cause long-term. I have no idea.
Right.
I just know that they physically do not make snap pads for leveling feet, whatever you want to call them, this large. And so I have some other pads, which are great.
That's a tricky location to
It is.
have to throw them in and get them out.
Get them in there all the time.
Yeah.
Have I forgotten these before? Absolutely I have.
But if you had a SnapPad on there,
Yeah, trust me, I would rather have snap pads so I don't have to deal with that, and then I know I still have the protection, because any kind of protection is really important to me, because if you're on soft dirt, gravel, sand, you're gonna this weight's gonna displace all that.
Yeah.
You're eventually gonna start sinking, so your level's gonna get off. And then what I really fear happening is some of that kind of material coming above this right here, and then when I go to retract, it's
Yeah.
either not gonna retract or it's gonna pull it off.
yep.
And so that's the big deal to me, is having something that it distributes the weight more evenly and also protects the pad.
Well, I have some good news for you.
Okay.
They don't make that size, but when they do, you'll get 10% off if you use this link down here.
Fantastic. It pays to know people.
That's right, it
Yeah.
does. All right, so moving on.
Moving on.
On the back, nothing crazy. You've got, you tow a Jeep. You have a Jeep up there. You've seen us in that Jeep doing stupid things in Moab. So you just tow, and the nice thing about diesel pushers, which we don't have, is onboard air.
Onboard air compressor. So it's got air brakes, airbags for the ride, and so there's an air chuck in the back, and it pushes the air brakes on the Jeep.
Yep. So that's called Air Force.
Air Force
or
One
something. Yeah.
is the just particular brand name of the one that as far as I know, most people use.
Yeah, it's pretty popular.
It's pretty popular. I don't do anything with it.
Yep.
I
You
just plug
it
up
in.
the airline
Yep.
and it takes care of everything else.
Yep.
It's all
Super
installed.
cool. Very nice.
Easy to
That's
go.
that's pretty much diesels only. I've never heard of a gas
No.
motorhome with air on board.
Yeah.
So over here, it's really everything back here is engine. So the bay is on the other side is engine stuff.
Yep.
And then over here we've got the other side of the really long slide, or is this the wet bay?
This is the wet
This
bay.
is the wet bay. Okay. So you've got your hoses on a reel, your water hose,
Water hoses on a reel.
and it has the little hole to feed down through, or the little gap thing
little
with
grommet or
insulation.
whatever
in it. That's
here.
nice.
Then here's the sewer feed through.
Yep.
The one thing I like about this is that this kind of tilts up.
Oh,
And
it
so
moves.
when on a moving day,
Yeah.
I'll close it off and then I'll kind of push it up.
Oh.
And that way I don't have to worry about that kind of, just sometimes you get a little bit of drippage.
Yep. Yep.
And so that kind of prevents that.
Cool. And if you're just using a dump station, you can kind of rotate that up and just come out through the door.
Right, yeah, there's some options there. Freshwater fill, all that kind of stuff. Having
sprayer.
outside sprayer, which
What's
we put
that?
on kind of our, this is our one we use for Millie's baths.
What's the bar thing?
It's slide mechanism.
Oh.
Yeah,
Oh,
so it
because
just
we're
kind of
under
intrudes.
we're under this slide.
Right.
I had no idea what that was.
Yep.
Okay, and then that's the one filter there.
That's one. We have an additional
You
filter.
also do this little green dude here.
Yep.
I don't remember what that's called.
I can't remember either. Honestly, I may at some point take this out and put like a bigger system in and remove
Looks like
that.
you might have room to do two.
Yeah.
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 Ours, we're kind of crammed too.
Yeah.
I've noticed that's kind of a trend with motorhomes. Is the wet bay is a little bit cramped.
Yep.
And then you go look at Dan's and you're like, wow, you have all the space.
Dan has all the space.
All the space.
And then I have just my flush hose here, which is our old 0G freshwater hose.
Yep.
And so I'll have any excuse to use a 0G hose. I did teach Harrison, our 6-year-old, to come dump the tanks. So
Which apparently shocks the neighbors sometimes.
Well, you know, you got to contribute somehow.
That's right.
And Charlotte won't do it.
Aw.
Yep.
All right, so these are the doors on the other side.
Yeah, nothing particular here.
Yep.
Battery storage. There's a little electrical bay up here, fuses and such.
Some stuff in there.
This
So
is
those are
the
12-volt fuses.
12-volt fuses,
Yep.
release for the hood, release for the generator, which slides out.
Okay. That's another thing that's very different. So on ours, our generator is in the back and our engine is in the front. Here, it's a diesel pusher because the engine's in the back and it pushes.
Yep.
And your generator is actually in the front.
Yes.
So the whole thing slides out the front so you can service it?
It
Is that
does.
the way that works?
It's a pain in the grits, so I'm not going to do it.
Well, I bet. Yeah. But it's just interesting because that's the exhaust for the generator right there, right?
This is the exhaust for the generator, and this is the exhaust for the Oasis, which I can show you is our diesel burner for hot water. We have electric hot water heater or a diesel burner, or they can all both be on together.
Okay.
The diesel burner is way more powerful than the electric, and so we essentially have unlimited hot water because it can heat it faster than we can use it with the diesel burner. And it is pulling off of our main fuel tank, but it uses very little.
All right, so thank you guys so much for showing us your rig. We've been together for 3, 4, 5, 6. We've been together for like 6 months now. It's been a good time.
Yeah.
It's been a lot of fun.
I don't know what we're going to do when we separate.
That's why we have to meet up again. And you'll be in Florida again.
We'll be in
this winter.
Florida.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
we'll make it happen. It's like having really good friends and neighbors.
Yeah.
You know, since you have neighbors around that you can just run over to their house, get a cup of sugar, hey, watch my kids for a bit, we're
Run
going to the
into
store, do you
town.
need
Yeah.
anything?
Yep.
Absolutely. We just have that in all the states we've been to. So
Yeah, so we're gonna have to make that happen again.
Absolutely.
So yeah, maybe East Coast next year. Who knows?
You know, maybe
Who
if
knows?
there's a diesel pusher in your future, I want to be there for that.
You gotta help us find it.
Absolutely, we'll do that.
All right, so thank you guys again. Do you want to plug your channel at all, even though you haven't been uploading videos for
You
like
can
a
plug
long
the Facebook
time?
and Instagram.
So the
That's active.
so we're Yay Adventure on Instagram, Yay.adventure on Instagram, Yay Adventure on Facebook. We are also Yay Adventure on YouTube. Although, watch out for the cobwebs when you're on that channel. There are a lot of empty promises on that channel. I get significant amounts of flack for
From who? I can't imagine. who
from
would.
people that say, "How are those 60 videos in 60 days coming?"
alright.
And they're not.
You made it
but-
to 3, 4.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, but they were really good.
They were good. I appreciate that. Thank you.
That's what he does for a living. So really, I can't really fault him. He edits videos for a living. So the last thing you want to do in your free time is edit more videos.
Especially videos with me in it. Like, I don't want to sit down and stare at me.
I got over that a long time.
Yeah, I need whatever you did. I need that. I need that kind of meditation or self-confidence. I don't know.
Yeah, so that's that. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure to subscribe. These guys are Roadrunners. So
Yes.
if you are interested in Roadrunner stuff, we have secret channels on Discord. Discord is a chat platform that we all hang out in and chat all day long, pretty much, because why wouldn't you? So thank you guys for being Roadrunners and joining us on this trip and continuing on into the future as mobile neighbors.
Maybe I like that. That's a good term.
There we go.
All right,
Patent
so
that one.
and you guys, thank you guys for subscribing, and we will see you in the next video. Bye guys.